Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman. In the twilight years of the great poet Tulsidas, a darkness descended upon his life. The hands that had penned the immortal Ramcharitmanas began to tremble with pain. His arms burned with an agony so intense that sleep fled from his eyes. The sacred city of Varanasi witnessed the suffering of its beloved saint. But from this pain emerged one of the most heartfelt prayers in all of Hindu literature. The Hanuman Bahuk. Not a formal hymn composed in scholarly meditation. This was a cry from the depths of human suffering. A devotee's desperate plea to his beloved deity. Bahuk means arm in Hindi. This prayer bears that name because Tulsidas composed it while writhing in excruciating arm pain. Some say it was arthritis. Others believe it was a deeper ailment that modern medicine cannot name. What matters is this. In his darkest hour, the poet turned not to physicians but to Pavansut. The tradition tells us that Tulsidas was cured the very night he completed this composition. Hanuman appeared to him in a dream. The mighty one touched his arms with healing grace. The pain vanished like mist before the morning sun. This is why the Hanuman Bahuk is recited by countless devotees facing illness and suffering. Let us enter this sacred prayer together. Feel the poet's anguish transform into surrender. Witness desperation bloom into devotion. The prayer opens with a lament that pierces the heart. Tulsidas speaks of his condition with stark honesty. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj, Nij Manu Mukuru Sudhari. Barnu Raghubar Bimal Jasu, Jo Daiku Falchari. At my Guru's lotus feet I bow. I cleanse my heart like a mirror. I sing of Raghuvir's pure glory. He grants all four fruits of life. Even in pain, Tulsidas begins with gratitude. This is the hallmark of a true devotee. Before asking for relief, he honors his spiritual lineage. He remembers the four Purusharthas. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Righteousness, prosperity, desire, liberation. But then the anguish pours forth. The poet describes his suffering with vivid metaphors. This body burns without fire. Pain torments me, the unfortunate one. Here is raw humanity before the divine. No flowery language. No poetic embellishment. Just a man in agony reaching out to his beloved Hanuman. Tulsidas reminds the mighty one of their eternal bond. He speaks of Hanuman's legendary powers with the familiarity of a child addressing a father. Veer Hanuman kaho kaha tum. Ram sumiran mein raho na kuch sum. O brave Hanuman, where are you? You who find joy only in Ram's remembrance. This verse reveals the intimate relationship between devotee and deity. Tulsidas doesn't approach Hanuman as a distant god. He speaks like one friend calling to another. Where are you? I need you. The poet then recounts Hanuman's mighty deeds. Each verse becomes a reminder of divine power. A plea wrapped in praise. Sindhu par kinha leela so. Ram kaj kari bal reela so. You crossed the ocean with divine play. You served Ram with strength and grace. Tulsidas invokes the leap across the sea to Lanka. That impossible bound that defied every law of nature. If Hanuman could conquer the vast ocean, surely he could conquer this small pain. Ravan mareu Sita Mata ki. Trahi trahi binti sun rakhi. You destroyed Ravana, Mother Sita's tormentor. Hear my plea for protection. The prayer becomes a tapestry of Ramayana episodes. Each thread strengthens the bond between devotee and deity. Tulsidas weaves his personal suffering into the cosmic narrative of good conquering evil. The most poignant verses come when the poet describes his helplessness. Ab mohi dukh det kaha suni. राम भक्त हित तुम सदा गुनी। Why do you let me suffer now? You who always protect Ram's devotees. This is the cry of every devotee in distress. If devotion is supposed to bring protection, why this pain? But Tulsidas doesn't question with anger. He questions with the heart of a beloved child. The healing power of this prayer lies not just in its words, but in its emotional honesty. Hindu tradition recognizes that the divine responds to genuine feeling more than perfect Sanskrit. करी कृपा हर लेहु दुखारी, जो न मिटत बिनु तुम्हारे पारी. Show mercy and remove this suffering, which cannot be cured without your grace. Here Tulsidas acknowledges the limits of human medicine. He places his complete faith in divine intervention. This surrender is itself a form of healing. The Hanuman Bahuk contains 40 verses in total, each one a jewel of devotion polished by pain. As the prayer progresses, the tone shifts from lament to trust. प्रभु सकल सुख दीजै माई, तुम्ह बिन और न कोई सहाई. Lord, grant complete happiness. Without you there is no other refuge. The poet's desperation transforms into complete surrender. This transformation is the prayer's greatest teaching. Pain can either embitter us or deepen our devotion. Tulsidas chose the path of deeper surrender. As we near the prayer's conclusion, gratitude replaces pleading. The poet's faith becomes unshakable. जाके हृदय बसत हनुमाना, तापर किमी आवत है आना. In whose heart Hanuman dwells, how can sorrow ever come there? This verse carries profound promise. It suggests that true devotion creates an inner sanctuary where suffering cannot penetrate. Not because pain never comes, but because the devotee's consciousness becomes anchored in something beyond pain. The Hanuman Bahuk is traditionally recited during illness. Devotees chant it 40 times for severe ailments. Many families keep handwritten copies wrapped in red cloth. They believe the prayer carries Tulsidas' own healing experience. Medical science may question such beliefs, but countless devotees testify to unexpected recoveries during their recitation. Perhaps healing comes through the prayer's ability to shift consciousness from despair to hope. The prayer teaches us about Hindu approaches to suffering. We don't deny pain or pretend it doesn't exist. Instead, we transform our relationship with it. We offer it to the divine and ask for grace. Hanuman represents the devotee's capacity to transcend limitation through pure love. When we call upon him in distress, we invoke this power within ourselves. The outer Hanuman awakens the inner strength. As Tulsidas' prayer draws to its close, we find these beautiful lines. Tulsidas is forever Ram's servant. Make your home in my heart, O Lord. The poet ends not with his pain but with his identity. He is Ram's servant. This identity transcends all temporary suffering. It anchors him in something eternal and unchanging. The final verses overflow with gratitude and blessing. The poet promises to sing Hanuman's glory as long as breath remains in his body. This prayer reminds us that our greatest teachers often emerge from our greatest struggles. Tulsidas' arm pain gave birth to a prayer that has healed countless souls across centuries. We have journeyed together through 6 sacred offerings to Hanuman. From the cosmic hymn of Hanuman Chalisa to this intimate cry for healing. Each prayer reveals a different facet of the devotee's relationship with the Mighty One. The Hanuman Ashtak showed us his warrior aspect. The Anjaneya Ashtakam revealed his cosmic form. The Pavansut prayers connected us to his elemental power. The Sankat Mochan hymn demonstrated his role as remover of obstacles. And now the Bahuk shows us his healing grace. Together these prayers form a complete spiritual practice. They address every human need and aspiration. In Hanuman we find the perfect synthesis of strength and surrender, power and devotion. The tradition tells us that Hanuman is Chiranjeevi, the immortal one. He walks among us still, responding to every sincere call. In our moments of weakness, we can invoke his strength. In our times of doubt, we can remember his unwavering faith. The Hanuman Bahuk teaches us that divine grace often comes disguised as human limitation. Tulsidas' arm pain became the doorway to healing for millions. Our own struggles may be preparing us to serve others in ways we cannot yet imagine. This is the mystery of devotional life. What appears to be our greatest weakness becomes the birthplace of our greatest strength. The very limitations that humble us become the cracks through which divine light enters. May Bajrang Bali, the immortal devotee, grant you strength, courage, and unwavering devotion. Jai Hanuman.